Hello individuals, this is probably one of the nerdiest I've looked on my YouTube. There's actually no reason to be wearing my glasses, but I decided to wear them anyway. So it's, when I say it's been a while, it really has been a while since I made the last video, and so I know that lately it's been like really sporadic, and I really originally when I was supposed to make my videos.
I have to flip my septum down. I forgot about that.
So originally when I first made this channel, I feel like I was a little more consistent on when I made my videos and the content of my videos, and like I had a goal, I had a, like I knew what I wanted to do, I knew where my life was, and even if I didn't, I like knew how to pretend I knew where I was in my life and who I was and all that. But then things started happening, and in my personal life I got busier with school, my dysphoria got even worse, and I wasn't, like, I wanted to make videos, but I wasn't sure if I was in the right place to do so, and I didn't know how to talk about it. And then the one thing, like, I really had two different goals for my channel, and one of the things was makeup, and once I decided to let that go, I sort of felt like at a loss, like what was I even supposed to do now? So since then I have yet to actually get rid of my makeup. That's the next step in my process. And since my last video there have been some major life changes, and this is like, it's really difficult for me to sit here and make this video because I'm not entirely sure what I want to talk about, and I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen afterwards. I'm not entirely sure of anything right now. I was considering going on like a legitimate hiatus and just deciding to postpone my videos until like years from now, from when I can start my transition, so I can like sort of record the process of it and like how that was to happen. But I just didn't feel like that would be the right thing to do. I just didn't want to let go of YouTube, and I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to give up again. Because I've done that before, and I just didn't want to do it again, and I couldn't like sit with myself and be like, okay, I'm officially done, even if I never record a video in like 5 months, but I want to at least know that I still have a channel, and a base to do that. Plus I like set up a name for myself, and like this became sort of like my baby, the whole Man with Wings. I still think it's like an ingenious idea. Like, I think it's awesome that I did that, and I worked so hard on the introduction, I worked so hard on like on all of it, that I just didn't want to let it go. So that's that. But so about my life changes, there have been some things for me personally. My first semester just ended, and there have been some really huge changes in my love life. And I'm not, this is really awkward, and I kept thinking about this like all day. It's around like 5 now, and I've been thinking about this all day, and like how I didn't want to talk about it. Because usually I try to be, it's so weird because I'm like sort of an open book, but then at the same time I'm a really private person. I think it's the Virgo in me that's supposed to be really private, but then like I want to be open because I want to work in the media industry, and working in media sort of means that you're gonna be in some kind of public eye, and so I've kind of accepted that way before, and like I wanted to be famous when I was younger, and I just always wanted to like, I didn't mind having people in my life, like, see into my life. So, but like my relationships were always a weird topic for me to have on my YouTube. Like, I've never really talked about my relationships. And so this is something that I'm not gonna say because I don't believe it's permanent. And if you don't know, then you should follow me on my social media. I'm gonna put my Twitter handle here, and I'm gonna put the tweets to describe what happened without me saying it, because it's a little difficult to stomach. And I don't want to go into that because that's something that I'm working out within myself, and I haven't fully discussed what I'm working on with the person in question. So that's that. So that's that, and I don't want to go into any more details because I don't want her to watch it and then have these like thoughts of me, or these thoughts of what I'm going through without me getting to fully explain it. So if you are watching this, like pretend like you didn't hear everything I just said. That will come in its own time. Everything will start to explain itself in its own time. But as for my YouTube and as for where I am with my life, I have this idea of what I want to do, but I don't exactly know how I'm going to do it. And like I sort of feel like unequipped to do it. So basically in this time, in this summer really, and I guess after this wake up call, I have decided to start working on myself. As I have vaguely described, I do have gender dysphoria, and like I have a lot of issues when it comes to my problems at home and things with like my beliefs and like my mental illnesses. My mental illnesses, and I mean that plurally. I mean that like multiple, are a really large issue, and so these are things that I want to work on. And it's just so weird for me. Like I started this channel I think like last year, and like I feel like I had more of a goal as to what I wanted to do with it, and you know, I wanted to be this trans guy who wore makeup, and I wanted it to be okay, and I wanted it to be this like genderqueer representation or whatever the fuck I wanted to be. And it just like life happens, you know, and I'm not gonna like, I don't want to sit here and cry the whole time, because life happens, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with just figuring out who I was, and I mean who I am. So I sorta want to talk about things that okay, this is what I mean by like not being equipped. I want to talk about things that I'm learning, which also might be a little difficult for me to sit in front of a camera and talk about these things, which is why I'm...
There's a bird that landed on my air conditioner.
Which is why I said that I might end up making like videos within like 5 months of each other, because I don't really know, you know, what I'm doing. I'm sort of just like, I'm sort of going with what I think I should be doing, right? So like I'm going through this process of learning how to love myself again, and like learning how to fall in love with myself, and that is gonna take its time. I again was there at one point, and I feel like I made videos about this on my last channel, and I feel like what I'm doing now is basically what I did on my last channel, and to make these videos like really personal and talk about things that maybe I'm not so equipped to talk about. I think that's okay. I did consider making covers, because it's something that I miss doing, and I love singing, but I'm still like in between on that, because I'm not okay with my voice because it's so high, and I feel like if I were to make covers and someone were to hear me, they're gonna be like, they're gonna assume that I'm female based on my voice alone. And so sometimes in my videos I'll like talk like this, and I'll make videos where I'm talking like this, but then sometimes I like get into what I'm saying, and then suddenly my voice gets high again, and like, so this is why covers are a little scary for me to think about. As much as I love my singing voice, I'm still dysphoric about how high my voice is in general, and so that's still in question. But yeah, so I mean there's a lot of things that I feel like I can make a video on that I'm not really thinking of, but I'm not like, I've considered making comical videos, or like videos where I like do funny sketches, but that's just not me. I don't think it is anyway, or maybe I'll end up doing that, who knows. But I don't feel like that could, like, that's me. I feel like I'm like, these videos were for me to, you know, sort of let go of things. So that's really about it. I just wanted to share some of that stuff with y'all, and like basically sort of like figure out maybe throughout this video where I might be going with this, but I still don't know. So yeah, any important, I feel like anything major, I could probably update y'all, or any topic that I want to discuss. Maybe I'll make this completely trans specific, or you know, maybe I'll include some story times, because I have stories that maybe aren't necessarily trans related. So there's like some, all I really do with my time is watch YouTube videos anyway, so you figure at one point I'm gonna start figuring out like, maybe I want to do this, so we shall see. I have a new layout in the back where my makeup used to be. Now it's my guitar, my microphone, which I originally bought and I spent money on to make covers and like have better recorded covers on my YouTube channel, and that never, like, I never fully got into that. So like I said, I'm still on the ends about it. I already have the microphone, if anything, and I have used it once to make a voiceover. And then on this side I have my skincare, because you gotta take care of your skin. Yeah, so if you watch up to here, thank you so much. I know I ramble on, and sometimes it's just there's no like linear order when I don't figure out what I'm gonna say before. So thank you. Yeah, and if you're wondering how I'm doing, I'm learning. This is probably another really big thing that I might make a video on. That's how to be optimistic. I'm learning how to do that. I'm really learning how to point out the good things in life, and even if like I was in the middle of a fire, I'm learning how to notice the silver linings and like the very small things. As I described it to someone that I'm talking to, like if I were to fall down a flight of stairs and I find $1 on the floor, at least like if that dollar were to buy me lunch, like that's a good thing that I'm gonna focus on rather than falling down the stairs. That's its own thing. So anyway, yeah, subscribe, like, or comment. You can give it subscribe, like, or comment. You can give it subscribe, like, or comment. You can give an individual their wings, and if you subscribe, you can join my wing family. Yeah. Until next video.